Peace and love. This is a reading for Aries for the Jupiter in Scorpio transit. I am your girl, Karina Dean from Astro Geeks TV. Welcome and thank you for supporting our brand new platform. And as you can see, we're just putting the pieces together, but the knowledge is still rich and time is moving, and there are so many great transits that are happening. And so you will be seeing lots of new things for you, Aries, as we talk about major transits. So you might want to bring out a pen, a paper, and your natal chart. And let's get to talking about how Jupiter's transit through Scorpio from October 11 to 2017 to November 2018 will affect you. This is going to be very profound for those who have Aries sun, so born in the season of Aries, or those who have Aries rising. And then if you do have Aries moon, then this will also help be resonating to you to a lesser degree. So make sure that you check out your sun and rising sign, if sun or rising sign in this series, if you have not already. Well, what is the sign of Scorpio? The sign of Scorpio has everything to do with your sexuality, the nature of your desires and your intentions. And naturally, Aries, you have Scorpio in its natural home of the 8th house. So you are very secretive about your intentions and your desires. We all have a place where we keep our secrets. And for you, it's right in its natural home of our sexual exploits, the things that we do behind closed doors, the things that are slightly taboo. Yeah, you are ruled by Mars, and so your sexual energy is definitely felt and seen by everyone around you. But when it comes to the true kinkiness of what's going on behind, yeah, you keep that under wraps. You don't tell everybody. Those are only with those who are the most closest to you, your most intimate and intense partnerships. So, yeah, the story with this has a lot to do with your relationship to Neptune, which is in Pisces and has been in Pisces for a while now. Chiron has been here as well. And this is where we preserve ourselves. This is where the story has been. And this is in your 12th house of spirituality, another house of secrets that are kept from us. And so this may not necessarily be you preserving it, but it may be others preserving secrets that are kept from you to some degree. And this is the story. This is what is being held throughout the experience, actually, of your own sexual nature and desires going through a major transformation of death and rebirth. So for many years, you have probably experienced a lot of lessons, a lot of karmic lessons when it comes to your sexual desires and intentions, what it is that you keep secret from others, beloved Aries. And you've had to go through a lot of changes when it comes to this. You've had to be more aware. You've had to probably expose yourself to some degree, or have been exposed to some degree. And you have been challenged on these things. And the story has a lot to do with you being stripped of your resources or other people's resources when it comes to, other people wanting to give and serve to you, and in the sexual manner, but also just in a regular basis, other people wanting to give you their materials, their resources, having difficulty creating these intimate relationships, having difficulty getting to that place where you can be vulnerable with other people. All of these have been major lessons over the past few years. And so even though you are a very sexual creature, beloved Aries, your sexual house has been under major pressure, major karmic lessons. And so there's been a major death here, a major change that has been called to you. And this Jupiter in Scorpio transit is the revival of this nature within you. And I'm sure this is going to feel great because you are ruled by Mars. Scorpio is ruled by Mars. So this has a lot to do with your assertiveness, the game of submissive and dominance, all of those things coming back to play, all of those things coming back for pleasure as well. And pleasure is definitely on the menu as the North Node is in Leo and will be challenging and squaring Jupiter in Scorpio in the beginning of 2018. So, and Leo is the house of pleasure, your house of joy, your house of romance and dating. So this actually has a lot to do with being called to find, different romantic partners, being called to be more creative again. This has a lot to do with being called to just have more fun. You've been kind of serious lately, Aries, and so this year is all about you finding the fun, but remembering the lessons that you have learned when it comes to getting intimate and having and choosing your sexual partners. So there's one thing to go out and flirt and date and have fun again and know that you're free to do so. And there's another thing to get into bed with someone and understand that spiritual exchange that you're having is real, right? Because it's the spirituality that has been preserved for you in that 12th house of Pisces. So the ancestors, the spirit realm, the angels, they're all here to help you, to guide you, to make sure that you are making better decisions than you have before about when it comes to being in bed with someone, right? Your bed pleasures. So this also has to do with children because the North Node in Leo is children, and it is squaring off at Jupiter, right, in Scorpio in the 8th house, and this is pregnancy. So the themes of children and pregnancy are also very big this year. Very big this year, right? Your relationship to children, you'll be called by the universe to be put into positions where you are coming closer to the inner child of yourself, as well as your relationship with your children or potential children, and also the concepts of a pregnancy. This will not apply to every single Aries, but it will be prominent for some because these are all very sexual houses that are being ignited this year for you, Aries. You're walking into an unknown. You may think you know what is going to happen here, but just like how that noise just startled me, that is kind of how this year is going to be. This year is going to be lots of excitement, fun, getting back on the roller coaster, being more genuinely yourself, really owning your individuality, coming more into your natural nature to feel good about yourself, to feel confident, to feel prideful about who you are and what you have to offer, and allowing other people to take notice of you, to be attracted to you, and to just experience that again like it's brand new to you all over again, And so this has a lot to do with short-term relationships, that North Node Leo squaring off long-term intimate partnerships as well. This could be a time where you go through some sort of separation and have to deal with the resources of another, but you will be protected by Jupiter if you do so. If you are not the one to be in some sort of separation, right, from your intimate partner, then this will be a time where you are given the gifts of your partner. You've worked hard together, you've done the work together, and this year your partner has lots to contribute and to take care of you, and they are doing so. They are definitely willing to do so. There may be some challenges there about shared efforts, just due to those nodes squaring off. But overall, that partner is a blessing, giving you the best of themselves. For Aries women, Jupiter represents the husband. So this will very much so be about your relationship to your long-term committed partner or your actual husband. So be aware of that. So I have been shuffling these lovely cards. This is from the Triple Goddess Tarot deck. And so with this astrology reading, I'd love to bring you a more in-depth je ne sais quoi to what goddess energy do you need to keep in mind throughout this Jupiter and Scorpio transit. You're going to be very wise when it comes to how you handle those sexual relationships. And you will be digging deep and exploring into the occult. Everything that has to do with astrology, tarot, psychic healing, psychological trauma, the secrets that are kept from us in general, going deep into the dark. And Jupiter is the light, so maintaining your optimism and your light as you dive into all of these unknown realms this year. Well, your goddess nature is 22, infinite bliss. And this card has a lot to do with your ability to always start anew and begin again. And Aries is very much so the initiating energy, right? So this is to remind you that you may explore the concepts of commitment a lot this year. And whatever doesn't stick, just know that you can continue to begin again, to start brand new, to take flight as the bird does above the woman. That you are connected to everything and all that is in this universe. And so remembering the powers of attraction and the laws of attraction too, that what you are is what you attract as well. The 22 is a very interesting number. It's master number. It is double partnership. So this has a lot to do with relationships of a romantic and business nature. But 22 is often seen in different realms of the occult practices. Some say 22 has a lot to do with the killer or being killed. And this is on a metaphoric basis. This is the house of death, so this has a lot to do with changing and transforming right behind your eyes. Either somebody is forcing it for you or you taking the initiative to change immediately, right? And also just knowing that you are abundant and always in the process of starting anew if something doesn't work out for you. So this is your Jupiter and Scorpio transit for Aries. I do wish you the best, and I hope that you enjoy this transit. And if you would like to continue to support Astro Geeks TV as we get on our feet and continue to bring you all of this amazing astrology knowledge, and go ahead and hit subscribe below. We will be back with more videos continuing the Jupiter and Scorpio transit and continuing a lot more transits that are happening in 2018. It is a very profound year in astrology. Much love. This is your girl Karina Dean signing off from Astro Geeks TV.